Good morning, Port Jervis, and welcome to the Port Center Spotlight Podcast, a holiday edition and a championship edition. Here with Senior Dylan Fox. Good morning, Mr. Fox.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me on.
He had wrestling practice this morning. I asked him if we could slide the podcast in before that. Nothing like a Port Jervis High School senior getting up early when there's no school to be here. So thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah. Good morning. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
Ready for wrestling.
Ready for wrestling practice. Dylan, before we get started, a couple commercials. Number one, we do, on behalf of all of us here at Port Jervis Schools, we do want to wish you a happy holidays. Best to our Port Jervis families, our community, and all the good things that are happening or had been happening up to this point, and certainly during the holidays. So, number one, happy holidays to everybody. Number two, very exciting. He's not an alumni yet, but he will be come July here. But we are going to start the Port Jervis Alumni Association. There'll be some posts going out about it. There'll be some registration information going out about it. There'll be some participation activities, as well as reaching out to each grades. Sorry, the bells are still on, even though there's no school. Each grade level presidents to help organize and be more connected there. So a lot of information will come out about that, but we wanted to announce it here this morning that we will be starting that, okay? But we are here to talk to Dylan Fox today. Dylan, again, good morning. Thank you for doing this. Couple days before Christmas here. Do you absolutely love the holidays? Are you wearing like Grinch pajamas at home? You got a Santa hat on? How much do you get into the holiday season?
I get into a decent bit. I mean, I have my my Christmas pajamas. I have a couple pairs of those. I do have a Santa hat that I wear on occasion.
Okay.
But I love the holidays. Great time. Spend more time with family, get off of school a little bit, get time to relax.
Football on the whole time? Is the TV with football on like the whole time?
As much as we can.
Yeah, because now with these bowl games, the NFL is on Friday too, Friday or Thursday. So the TV's on.
TV's on.
Yeah.
It's the best time of year for football.
How much attention is at the family, with this and versus you looking over at the TV? How much attention is the TV getting from you?
I'd say it's like 60-40,
okay,
compared to, family than TV.
Okay. That's a fair answer. What's a memory you have, Dylan? You're a young man now, but as a little kid, right, that magic, the presents, what's a memory that you have?
When I was a lot younger, waking up and when we first moved into my new house, waking up for the first time, for the first Christmas, walking up the stairs, seeing all those presents under the tree, seeing all the food everywhere, elves are still there. Just Christmas magic. You can't get any more now at my age.
Yeah, certainly. And how about New Year's Eve? Are you a big New Year's Eve? Do you like to stay up? Do you do all that stuff?
Yeah, I like to stay up and watch. We all watch the ball drop usually.
Okay.
But I mean, there's nothing like Christmas though.
Yeah.
Nothing like.
Yeah. Do you have wrestling practice on the 26th? Or you off?
I think we are off the 26th.
Okay.
I think we're back at it the 27th.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any Christmas tournaments over the break?
Not that I can think of. I think we're all practice.
Okay. Cool. Well, friends, this is again Senior Dylan Fox. He was a quarterback on the football team. If you are watching live, or there are a number of you watching live now, jump in and say hello. I know Mom is watching there. Thank you, Mr. Lotto, for tuning in. But Dylan, some people got in my ear like the season ended, right? We'll talk about the season a little bit, but like your numbers came in, and it was kind of like, whoa. Everyone knew that you were a good football player. Everyone knew that you had some high numbers, but your numbers came in. I'm going to put them on here. Like you going down in Port Jervis history, football history, like those are all records, Dylan. Like those are records in the long, prestigious football history we have. Shout out to all of our football alumni, all of our football coaches, and men and women who have supported our football program all these years. But those are records. So number one, we want to congratulate Dylan, his family. It's really when we sit here and look at it like, wow. So when you see that, Dylan, what goes through your mind or what goes through your heart when you see that?
I mean, I never really realized, the records I really broke, and the passing touchdowns right here really stands out to me because that's not just me. Passing touchdowns. I could throw a 40-yard bomb, into the end zone, but also, throw a 10-yard pass, someone takes it 40 yards.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
So I really do have to thank my teammates for putting me in the position to break all these records and also helping me. I mean, even rushing touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be able to do that without the line.
Yeah. And if you look, so many great pictures from the Van Horns on the red and black. And I was telling Dylan off air, like, there's so many great pictures of them, but there's always your guys in front of you. There's always those guys blocking for you and making holes for you. So again, nice shout out to your teammates here. Dylan is going down again as one of the all-time record holders in Port Jervis football history with all of these incredible numbers. So we're really proud of you, Dylan. Dylan, you got thrown in the mix. I remember your first game. You were a sophomore, right? And you got thrown in there. There was some injuries. The first game was a disaster.
Yeah.
After that first game, what'd your coaches tell you, or what'd you tell yourself? Like, holy cow, I gotta do better than that,
Yeah. I mean, so we lost 40-0 to Minnesink. Obviously not a great game for me. My first varsity start. And I remember walking off the field, with Chris, telling him, I need to do better. I need to play better. There's things I could have done better in the game. Nothing about, as a team we needed to do this, or, this guy needed to do this. I needed to do better because I knew there was things I could have done to make the game more even close, more winnable. So I'd say, if I were to put myself now into that position 2 years ago, I'd know a lot more of what to do, but I think it would have gone differently.
Yeah. They certainly had a lot of experience between then and now.
Yeah.
A lot of wins, a lot of great moments there. Dylan, again, Coach Stellado's in your ears, your stepfather. But he's giving you the play. I know a lot of times you're directing the play, but then you're the guy going in the huddle and telling the team, hey, here's what we're running. Talk to me about that responsibility of communication, right? Making sure everyone's where they're supposed to be, but just the communication and the confidence of that when you went into the huddle to tell them. What was that like for you, that responsibility?
It's just like second nature. I mean, I've been doing it my whole career, just going in there. Like Chris was big on communication because he said he's not on the field. He can't see what I see. Mm-hmm. So as long as I say something to him, he's gonna trust in me. So, just making the right call, just leading my teammates to success. It's kind of just second nature,
Yeah.
It's just what I do.
Always loved it. I loved watching you run off the field. Chris had his little thing. He's making that decision in a couple of seconds. By the time he gets to you, bam, he's telling you, and they're back in there. Certainly, a lot of them went our way. Would you put a little more emphasis on it, Dylan? If it was 4th and 2 and you needed to drive, like it was a tight game, would you say we're going to run X, Y, and Z, or would you deliver the message the same way every time?
No, I'd give a little pep talk in the huddle as long as we have time, as long as the play clock allows. But I'll give a little pep talk in the huddle, like, guys, 4th and 2, hard yards. Let's get these yards. Let's get the next best play. Let's get to the next play. Let's live to fight another day.
Dylan, some of the venues did not have game clocks. What do they call play clocks? Yeah. So, in your head, was that something you were paying attention to, or did the refs really not call it when the play clock wasn't there?
So something the refs will do is they'll signal when there's about 10 seconds left, and then about when there's like 5 seconds left, they'll start counting off.
Got it.
So,
But you're looking forward. Is it the guy
no,
back
it's
there?
the guy in the back.
So how do you know? Is he yelling out loud? You're looking forward.
No.
So how do you know he's counting?
I don't know. You just kind of know.
Yeah. Wow. Dylan Fox, friends, jump in and say hello again. He's on here. The football historians got to me there again, celebrating these and the numbers here, the success of the program. Again, shout out to all of the people who have been part of this amazing run we've been on. Coach Straharsky, his whole team, and again, there's just so many supporters, capital P-O-R-T. So Dylan, you mentioned, that we talked about that first game, right?
Yep.
But we came a long way from there, including the championship run last year. You were player of the year. The games leading up to the championship game were incredible, and then certainly that game. A year later, Dylan, does it still feel like it just happened? Can you still feel the vibe of the Syracuse Dome and all of that?
Yeah, I can still sort of, kind of put myself back in that moment and feel what it was like to be there. And I mean, it's weird to hear that it was over a year ago.
Do you wear the ring?
I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just sit in my room, just wear it.
You should.
Yeah.
And you should wear it to public events too. We're proud of you. We're proud of what happened. During the game, Dylan, there was so many backs and forth. Did you really believe that you could win during the game? Was it in your head that you could win?
Yeah, 100%. Whole time. I don't think they had the lead once. I don't think they had ever taken the lead in the game. So I was 100% confident that we were going to win.
Yeah. You guys could see it in your eyes. And Anthony and the guys, you could just see it. There was just a magic there. And so that was a year ago, Dylan. This year, there was a lot of momentum. We had a lot of confidence going in, and it certainly didn't go our way. That last game that when we lost there, how bad did that hurt for you in that moment?
Oh, a ton. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but playing that last play and knowing that was it for me, that's it for my career as a Port Jervis high school football player. That really hurt.
Yeah, we had a chance there.
Yeah,
I was listening on the radio. I was at a wedding listening, and we really, it went back and forth there. And it didn't go our way. Did it take anything away from the season before that the way we lost that game, or the way we lost early in the playoff run? Did it take anything away from you?
I don't think so. I think we were still a great team. I think we just didn't play a great game.
Yeah.
I think as a team itself, I think we kind of collapsed. Me included. I'm not saying, I'm not blaming other people. I think I collapsed the hardest.
Yeah.
Played one of my worst games I've ever played. But I still think we were a great team this year, and I think we could have made a run if we just stayed locked in and did what we had to.
Yeah. What a mature answer from a mature young man. They are a great team. They were a great team, and they just didn't have a great game. Yeah. And after all those strings of games and being in a row, it's hard to keep up that standard, And we had so much confidence going in. But you said it.
Yeah.
You said it. We just didn't play a great game. Former Mayor Decker on here, our middle school teacher. Congratulations, Dylan, and best of luck to you. Not only a great football player, but also a quiet, respectful, and intelligent student. Shout out to Port Jervis Middle School. Yeah. Was he your teacher, Mr. Decker?
He was,
Yeah.
yes. One of the best teachers I've ever had.
Great storyteller.
Yep.
Yeah, certainly Port Jervis history there. But Kelly, I think you said it right. Dylan, you have a quiet, respectful confidence about you. Even coming this morning, he's checking in with me at 7. Hey, we're meeting this morning, right? He's texting me that, and that's a lot of responsibility, Dylan. So, again, we're really proud of him. I'll show this image one more time. Just writing the numbers on there. I mean, it's nice to hold a record.
Yeah.
right? It's nice to have a record in your history here. But look at that. I mean, there's 8 incredible records, and records are made to be broken, but those are going to stand for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
So for all of our future Port Jervis footballers out there, these are things that we want kids to strive for and go for and continue to grow and get better. But
well, hey, look out for Mason Lisberg next year. I'm hoping he breaks a couple of these.
Yeah. And now Mason is going to be the starter.
He should be, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, what would be your advice to not only Mason but future quarterbacks there in terms of poise and pressure and being the Port Jervis high school football quarterback? What would you offer to Mason and all the other young men or women that might have that job one day?
Just can't let the moment get too big for you. No matter what game you're in, no matter who you're playing against, you need to play your game. Don't try and force things. Don't try and switch things up just because you're facing a tougher opponent. Don't play with less intensity just because you're versing a lesser opponent. You're playing a team you're supposed to beat by 40, you beat them by 40.
We did that quite often.
Quite often, yeah.
Quite often. Awesome. Well, Dylan, let's look ahead here. You're in your senior year. It's December. January, February, March. These are important months for our student athletes and decisions. If you had a magic wand, where do you see yourself going? And again, I don't want you to have to pick a school, but you definitely want to play football in college.
Yes, I do.
That's a goal.
Yep.
Where are you at in that process right now?
Just sending in applications to schools. Actually, visiting some schools. Last week, I went on a visit to Alfred University.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good institution. It was very nice up there. They have a great coaching staff, great school, great education up there.
And Dylan, when you're making these decisions, there's a lot that factors into it. Location, record of the football, certainly the academic reputation of the institution. Does it have your major? You're looking at physical therapy, right? So when you're looking at those things, how do you kind of rank them or take them in to make your decisions here?
I think academics takes the most weight. I want to go to a place where I'm going to get a good education.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to say, "Oh, he came from this college. They have a great education there. I'm going to want to hire him."
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously football. I want to go to a good football program, someplace that will develop me as a football player and also as a person. So I want a place where if someone's asking me about that college, I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, you'd love it there."
I've spoken to your stepdad a lot, Chris Stellato, the offensive coordinator, but also a guidance counselor here.
Yep.
Played football at Albany. I've heard a lot of Chris Stellato stories about football, but in talking to Chris, most of the stories he has shared with me is about the impact that the coaching staff has had on him as a young man, even now as a dad and a little bit older on his journey, Chris. But the impact that the people had. So a stable coaching staff, role models, people that are going to take care of you, so important for you. Yeah. Well, do you have a range of schools you can share? Are you allowed to share any names? Is this kind of quiet until there's going to be an announcement? You want to share some of the schools you're looking at? You mentioned Alfred.
Yeah, so I visited Alfred. The only 2 schools I visited are Springfield College in Massachusetts and Alfred University.
Okay.
So I'd say it's between kind of those right now, but another school comes along, I visit there, I love it there.
Mm-hmm.
Good offer, good football program, good group of people, and good education.
And Dylan, the season's over. Those periods, is it? Are you getting letters all the time? Is it a lot of emails? Is it text messages? What does recruiting look like here in 2025?
It's kind of a mix, some emails, some text messages. Some colleges will come down during the school year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do sort of like just meetings, general information, give out my phone number, email, Twitter, so they can get to know me as a football player and as a person, and then keep in touch with them about what their college is like, what their environment's like up there.
When's the decision come down? Specific date?
There's a National Signing Day. It's in February, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think that's when my decision will be.
Okay. Well, we will be here for you, to kind of support you on that journey, and certainly wish you the best of luck here. A lot of nice shout outs watching the show here. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Happy holidays to all. And thanks to Dylan for getting up early here. Dylan, you're about to go to wrestling practice right now.
Yeah.
We have a few more minutes. So we got to make sure you're on time there. You're wrestling at 165 this year. Hard to go right into wrestling after a long football season. I mean, you guys start practicing in March and April.
Yeah.
I mean, the season ended. You guys were in practice on Monday.
Yep.
Like, is that physically challenging, mentally challenging?
I mean, yeah, both. You might play another sport like football, I don't know, basketball. You might think you're in wrestling shape. You're not. All right. There's nothing like being in wrestling shape. It's constant conditioning. You have to have a good gas tank. And, coming off how the season ended, wasn't thinking in the best spot, but, next best thing, moving on to wrestling, going to do my best in wrestling.
Yeah.
Get back on the mat. Hope we're gunning for a section title, but nothing's guaranteed.
That's right. You got to go out there and earn it. And different than any other sport, it's you and that other person. There's ain't nobody saving you. This guy fumbles and this one picks it up, or a pass gets deflected and this guy. There's none of that. It's you and the other person. More physical or more mental? Wrestling.
Mental. I'd say wrestling is 75% mental. I'm sure you've seen some wrestling matches where these kids are just gassed, breathing heavy, can't stay in their stance. It's really about just, even if you're tired, even if you really don't want to do it anymore, you got to stay in your stance. You got to, continue to wrestle. You got to win the match at all costs.
Yeah.
So.
165 there. You spent a lot of time with Coach Jaharski, Coach Stellato, but you also spent a lot of time with Coach Foley. Tell me a little bit about working with Coach Foley and what the things he's whispering in your ear, something that might have helped you on the football field that you learned from Coach Foley.
I'm sure you've heard it around the school, to get better phrase. Every time we're going to practice, we're getting better. That kind of started with him. Every time at the end of practice, he asks, "What's the goal for tomorrow?" It's get better.
Yeah.
I think he's a great role model. He inspires a bunch of these young kids to come out and wrestle. He's a great guy too.
Yeah, he's in incredible shape too. He gets on the mat with you guys.
Yeah, he does. I took him down the other week for the first time ever. So
take it easy on him.
He might deny it.
You got those young kids there too. Yeah. Dylan, the food is always something big. Football season, you're eating. Like right now, do you have to really, like, every meal? Do you have to sit down and be like,
So luckily, well, not luckily, but I was sick and I lost a good amount of weight. So I'm about 8 to 10 pounds under my weight class.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I don't really have to worry too much about food, but I know some of my teammates do.
Especially here in the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, after Christmas, there's a 2-pound allowance. So
really,
165 goes to 167.
Okay.
So.
And how often do you weigh yourself?
Probably just about either every day or every other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right after practice, Foley has you come into his office and weigh yourself, and he'll write it down.
And mark it, chart it. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. What a difference there. Well, again, Dylan, I know you got practice here. We appreciate you came in early on his day off here to spend some time with us, but we really did want to recognize you and celebrate these incredible records, the incredible run. It's kind of like, just people clapping from the sidelines here saying, wow, you did a great job. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? What do you want to share here? You're a couple months away from graduation. Your future is bright, but you'll have this forever. What do you want to share to our football community, our school community?
I really just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who who has supported me. Thank you to my coaching staff, especially Jerry Stellato. He's helped me so much. He's my quarterback's coach. He's helped me so much to be a great football player, great quarterback, and a great person.
You give him a shout out. Jerry's Chris's dad, always there on the sideline and supporting in many ways. Dylan, it's hard to be the quarterback. When you win, it's great. When you lose, people aren't happy. Did the pressure, over the years, always with the pressure? Talk to me about dealing with that pressure for 3 years in this, marquee position.
I mean, it's just become part of my life. I understand that even if it's not on me, it's on me if we lose.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not me, it's me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take responsibility no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of it, I'm the leader of this team. I'm the head of this team. I need to take responsibility when things like that happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, you've owned it, Dylan. Again, from that first game, it was kind of like, oof. But you responded, the team responded, and that championship run, those banners, nobody will ever take that away from you and the Port Jervis community. So we're very proud of you, and your future's bright. That'll be on your resume. That ring will be there as part of your life, and it was really magic. It was, and again, Class B Player of the Year, Dylan. You, your teammates, your coaches all had a hand in it. But like you said, there's a lot of responsibility as the quarterback. So you've handled it with grace and respect and a lot of focus and determination.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Dylan, a couple, again, more months towards graduation, Port Pride, and all you do, he's got all his gear on. He's got his varsity jacket here. You are Port Pride through and through. Little sentimental coming down the stretch here? Is it kind of you maybe taking a second look around a little bit to absorb it a little more, or you're ready to move forward?
Just kind of, we're going through this wrestling season. I hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
I'm graduating in June.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah.
6 months from now. It hasn't really hit me yet.
Okay.
I'm sure it will. Probably when wrestling ends, and I'm not doing a sport anymore.
No spring sport. You don't do any spring sport. Okay.
I don't do a spring sport.
Yeah. There's a lot of spring activities, though, for our seniors. A lot of great things there. But you have a lot to look forward to, Dylan. We wish you the best with recruiting and football and your future. And, you might be wearing purple and gold next year. You might be wearing green and yellow, but always inside there'll be some black and red somewhere on it. Yeah.
Of course.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dylan Fox, everybody, championship quarterback. And again, I'm going to show this one more time. We're here to celebrate Dylan and the amazing run he's had. When I saw these numbers, I said, man, we got to get him in. And Dylan was very humble and gracious to come on the podcast. So we celebrate you, Dylan, and certainly recognize you. Shout out to your family, too. I know there's a lot of support there. The meals, the food, the conversations, and, we wish you the best. All right, man. Can I get a go Port before we go?
Go Port.
All right. Dylan Fox, everyone. Happy holidays. Enjoy the time. Enjoy the time with family. A lot to be grateful for. And for all our alumni out there, football alumni, Port Jervis alumni, this is coming soon. Dylan, when you graduate, you're going to be getting an email from me to sign up. This is coming soon. We're going to do a lot with this, and I'm excited. Shout out to Dr. Bell, our superintendent, for kind of behind the scenes pushing this off, and our board member Mark Green helped with a lot of behind the scenes as well, including getting an account set up for us. So thank them and all the people helping behind the scenes. But this is coming to us here in 2026. So Dylan, have a great practice. And when do you wrestle again? When's the next match? Do you know?
Next match should be, I think it's the week we return from break. There should be one.
Wow. So you have a long stretch here.
Yeah.
Wow. So just a lot of working out, a lot of kind of staying in shape.
Yep.
Okay. Do you know who the person is you're going to wrestle beforehand? Like, is it you? I'm wrestling this guy.
Usually like a week beforehand, I'll watch some film on him. Look at his tendencies, what he likes to do. But yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
All right.
All right, man. Dylan Fox, everyone. Have a great holiday, and we wish you all the best.